Elvis Presley was a natural blonde. His black quiff is the definition of iconic, but Elvis's hair wasn't naturally that dark, he was a natural blonde. According to his hairstylist, Larry Geller, his hair had to be dyed every 2 to 3 weeks to keep its shiny, jet black look. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Martin Luther King Jr. have all won more Grammys than Katy Perry. All three of them have won Grammys in the spoken word category. Obama has won it twice. But despite being nominated 13 whole times since 2009, Katy has never won a Grammy. Other surprising Grammy winners include ex-presidents Jimmy Carter and Bill Clinton. Leonardo DiCaprio's first name was decided when his mother was pregnant, looking at a Leonardo da Vinci painting in a gallery in Florence, and he kicked for the first time. He revealed, "My father took that as a sign, and I suppose DiCaprio wasn't that far from Da Vinci. And so, my dad, being the artist that he is, said that's our boy's name." Jason Statham, this action star is known for his adrenaline-fueled action films like The Transporter, but long before he became a Hollywood name, he was actually a competitive diver, with hair. Long before he was an actor, Mark Wahlberg was a rapper. Before that, in 1988, the 16-year-old Wahlberg was in prison after attacking a Vietnamese man in the street. Wahlberg was charged with attempted murder, pleaded guilty to assault, and served 45 days in prison. Wahlberg's victim has forgiven Mark, and Mark sought out a pardon for these crimes so that he could work with troubled youth in the Boston area. In the early days of his career, Sylvester Stallone was so poor that he sold his dog, Butkus, for $50. After striking it rich by selling the script for Rocky, Stallone bought him back at a markup, $3,000. Both Butkus and his interim owner made appearances in Rocky. Bruno Mars is one of the greatest names in showbiz, but he was actually born Peter Jean Hernandez. Bruno was his childhood nickname because as a baby he was chubby like wrestler Bruno Sammartino. And he chose Mars because girls said he was out of this world. Really? Nicolas Cage might be one of Hollywood's most outrageous spenders. Throughout his career, the Con Air actor has bought more than a dozen properties, including one of America's most haunted houses, 2 European castles, and an island in the Bahamas. But his strangest purchase, it's a tie between shrunken pygmy heads, a burial tomb, and a $150,000 pet octopus. As well as his career as a rapper, Kanye West has found success as a fashion designer, but he was actually rejected from studying at the world's most famous fashion school, Central St. Martin's, because he's too famous. Michael Jordan came out of retirement twice, and the second time, he gave an entire year's salary to charity. In 2001, shortly after 9/11, the Chicago Bulls great announced he was joining Washington Wizards, and would give all of his earnings that year, more than $1 million, to relief efforts. Robert Downey Jr. has struggled with drug addiction throughout his life, and he credits Burger King with helping him get clean. In 2003, the Iron Man star was driving with a carload of drugs when he went through the fast food restaurant's drive-thru. His burger was terrible, and it made him think something really bad was going to happen, so he threw his drugs into the ocean. Although he's one of the world's most handsome men, Brad Pitt's looks come second to his work. While playing Tyler Durden in Fight Club, Pitt went to the dentist and got his front teeth chipped to ensure he looked the part. Once the film wrapped, he got his perfect teeth fixed back up. Natalie Portman has had papers published in 2 scientific journals. Her high school paper, A Simple Method to Demonstrate the Enzymatic Production of Hydrogen from Sugar, was published in the Journal of Chemical Education, and while at Harvard, She co-authored a study called Frontal Lobe Activation During Object Permanence Data from Near-Infrared Spectroscopy.